Right outside Russellville City Hall is this marker speaking of the history of Russellville, and it was first known as Russell's Valley. The area was settled after 1815 by Major William Russell, who served with General Andrew Jackson in the Creek War of 1813 to 14. Russell built a cabin and trading post about 3 miles east of the present-day town. Following an outbreak of disease, the settlement relocated along the strategically important Jackson's Military Road from Nashville to New Orleans. The Alabama Territorial Legislature incorporated the town, then called Russellville, on November 27, 1819. The task of laying out the new town fell to the 5 trustees of the Russellville Land Company: David Moore, Anthony Winston, Bryce Garner, George Martin, and Richard Ellis. They designed a large public square bounded by Jackson, Lawrence, Washington, and Franklin streets. Henry Hurst built the courthouse and jail that occupied the center of the town square. Trustees governed the town through much of its early history. The first trustees were William Lewis, Walter Otley, Nat Clay, Humphrey Warren, and Arthur F. Hopkins. In 1887, Russellville adopted a mayor-council form of government. The town served as a seat of Franklin County from 1820 to 1849, and again since 1891. Russellville, Alabama. Let's go. Good afternoon, this is P9 back with another vlog, and I am in the city of Russellville, Alabama, which is the seat of Franklin County, and we're about to take a walk through downtown and also go to the lake in Russellville to go check it out. So without further ado, let's go. So Russellville, again, is the seat of Franklin County, and it has a population as of the 2020 census of 10,855, which is a 10% increase from the 2010 census. So Russellville has experienced a little spur in the population growth. And here we are in front of Franklin County Courthouse. You see this sculpture right here. And this is a sculpture of a soldier in memory of the soldiers of Franklin County who enlisted. So this is basically a Confederate soldier right here, sculpture. And there's also an honor roll of all the Franklin County residents who served in the multiple conflicts from World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. So shout out to those individuals. We have the American Legion, styled mailbox right here in front of the courthouse. So I'm right here now in downtown Russellville. Russellville Police School Resource Officers. That's pretty cool. They got resource officers for the schools. I'm outside the Russellville Police Municipal Court right here. So there goes the courthouse, and here's the municipal court, or the municipal building for the home of the Russellville Police Department. And this is dedicated in honor to the founder of the town, Russellville, Major William Russell. Soldier, patriot, pioneer, Battle of Horseshoe Bend under General Andrew Jackson in the War of 1812. Lots in town plotted and sold December 1818. at St. Stephen's while still in Alabama territory, November 1819. So shout out to Major William Russell, who is what Russellville is named after. So he helped in the construction of the Jackson's Military Road, and the town grew at the road's intersection with Gaines Trace, and Gaines Trace was originally part of the Mississippi Territory, well before Alabama became a state. So just a little brief background, little history, early history of Russellville. And there goes the First Methodist Church right here as we are on Jackson Avenue, right here in downtown Russellville. Have a Main Street real estate building right there. Valley State Bank branch right over here. And right across the street is the U.S. Post Office right here in Russellville. The post office downtown office, downtown building. Russellville City Hall. Right across the street from a historic First Baptist Church. More on that later. It's Grissom Cleaners establishment. And here's the historic Roxy Theater. The historic Roxy Theater right here in Russellville. Now check this out. Look at this old classical building right here. And here's a history about Roxy Theater. The Roxy Theater was built in 1949. It has served as a center of entertainment and a landmark for Russellville and Franklin County for many years. It is the only one of its kind in Alabama, as movie theaters around the country fell victim to television and other forms of home entertainment. The Roxy Theater was closed in 1976. It remained unoccupied until it was donated to the Franklin County Arts and Humanities Council on December 31st, 1987. The nonprofit volunteer organization has worked continually for the restoration of the Roxy with the goal of preserving it as an arts and cultural destination for future generations. So yes, shout out to the Roxy Theater. And here is the marquee sign right here. And as it mentioned, you know, movie theaters did crash because of all of the, you know, people just staying at home watching TV. You know, more TV shows, more at home entertainment. Movie theaters suffer as a result. But that doesn't mean that they couldn't sit here and preserve this. So shout out to the Preservation Society for preserving this for multiple generations to come. Brick for the walk from the old Russellville High School, 1909 to 1984. Laid 1998, John Blackwell Mayer, donated by Atkins Marble and Granite Works. Okay. And this is also a marker right here, a marble that is donated to Ronnie McDowell in appreciation for 25 years of entertainment to support Russellville and Franklin County, Alabama. So this is in dedication to Ronnie McDowell. Shout out to him. As we continue down Jackson Avenue. We approach the corner of Franklin Street and Jackson Avenue. And there goes Franklin Avenue down this way. It's a really nice viewpoint from over here. Let's continue down Jackson Avenue for now. Historical buildings right here. A lot of these buildings were built in the late 19th century. Franklin County Times. That's the local publication right here, Franklin County newspaper. They have a sports deli downtown too, sports bar. Looks like this is a staple right here in downtown. Strickland Hotel. So I wonder if this is still a hotel today or if it's just the building, the historical building. I wonder if it still functions as a hotel. Hair Studio 722. Go to Halloween decorations they got up, so they ready for Halloween already. Look at this nicely decorated Halloween spot. Now that's one thing you'll notice about these small towns, they're very festive when it comes to the holidays. Go all the way Golden Tigers. Shout out to the Golden Tigers, which I presume is the local high school mascot. But this is the corner of Jackson Avenue and Lawrence Street. Waiting across the street. Look at this gas station right here. If this isn't an abandoned gas station, it's extremely old. It has to be. It looks abandoned though. Yeah, it's definitely abandoned. But it was called the Website Food Mart. And that's Web with 2 B's. By the way, the store that I passed by with all the decorations, Halloween decorations in the front, is the Russellville Florist and Gifts Shop at the corner of Jackson and Lawrence. And here is a marker of Russellville, which was incorporated on November 27th, 1819, 3 weeks before Alabama achieved statehood. Russellville was platted around the intersection of 2 historic roads. Edmund Pendleton Gaines began work on the road that would begin to bear his name on December 26, 1807. Gaines' trace extended from Melton's Bluff at the head of the Elk River shoals to Cotton Gin Port on the Tombigbee River in present-day Mississippi. Lawrence Street follows part of that route through town. Work on a more direct road from Nashville to New Orleans began in 1817 under Andrew Jackson's supervision. The route was called Jackson's Military Road and Jackson Avenue as it passes through Russellville. And that is exactly where we are right now, on a historic military road, aka what is presently known as Jackson Avenue, right here in downtown Russellville. Franklin County Chamber of Commerce building right here. I believe this is called the J.S. Irvin and J.S. McIntosh buildings. Looks like they were built in 1922. These buildings over here, built in 1922. The McIntosh and Irvin buildings. Nice paintings right here. This is done by Hannah Paints. Hannah Paints. Looks like that's her social media handle. But this is a nice painting of the American flag and the pastures, the green pastures with the flowers. That's really cool. And it looks like some type of perhaps pickup truck. Can't really tell, but nice painting. Really nice painting. There goes more of it right there. Again, that's Hannah Paints. Now, this is Franklin Street right over here where I'm at now. Oh wow, candy store lore. Looks like they have a candy store right here. Las Marquienes. Looks like a clothing store right over here. Fashion store. A flower shop. And a Mexico Cakes and Bakery. So this looks like it's a few the Latino, the Latin population, the Latino population looks like it's pretty high here in Russellville. So looks like it has a pretty good, because there's that string of stores were Latino owned stores. So they do have a Latino community here in Russellville. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So it's a little diversity here, a little bit of diversity here in Franklin County. But yeah, here's the stores. And there's also a cleaners right here called Mimi's. So they have Mimi's, Napoli's barber shop, and a Mexico bakery. I'm over here by the Russellville Baptist Church, Russellville's first Baptist church to be exact. Really nicely designed church. You see the stained glass right over here. Really cool. The little courtyard over here. And First Baptist Church was established in 1867, where community members established First Baptist Church in the heart of Russellville, Alabama. From its beginning, First Baptist Church has sought to glorify Christ and live out the Great Commission. The church held services in the Methodist Episcopal Church until a white frame structure was built in 1893. In 1909 and 1910, the church built its first brick building. The church continued improving and expanding into at least the end of the 20th century. In 1914, the church added a new education building and a new sanctuary and pastorium in 1957. The church acquired a building for a memorial chapel in 1981, constructed an education building, gym, and fellowship hall in 1989, and built a senior education addition in 2000. The church currently occupies 2 city blocks and remains a vital part of the community. So you can see right here, like the marker indicates, it spans 2 blocks, and they had multiple additions to this church over the years, especially heading into the 20th century. So this is First Baptist Church right here in Russellville. It sits at the corner of Lauderdale Street and Jackson Avenue on this end, and further down that end on the other block at the corner of Franklin Avenue and Jackson Ave. And it sits over here by the Postal Service. So with that in mind, good people, this concludes the downtown portion of Russellville, but there's a little bit more footage to come, so stay tuned. Over here at Sloss Lake, and Sloss Lake was the original site of the town of Russellville, and this is a marker that commemorates that birth of a town. This area is the original site of the town of Russellville, and at that time it was called Russell's Valley. Major William Russell came here after being a scout for Andrew Jackson. He liked the area so much that after he left New Orleans, he brought his family back to the area and started a settlement. Local history states that several of the men who were part of the laying out of the military road returned with him along with their families. Major Russell built a trading post and a cabin for his family, located 2.5 miles east of the present-day Russellville. There are reports of a sickness that moved through the settlement that killed most of the residents, so that the town was moved in early 1818 to the present-day site and named in honor of Major Russell. For a while, this town was known as New Russellville. It was incorporated on November 27th, 1819. So this is the same time Alabama achieved statehood. Alabama achieved statehood in December of 1819. So this is a drawing right here, and I'm guessing that is William Russell on his horse with his rifle. And this drawing was done on November 6, 2017 by Norris E. Duncan. So shout out to Norris Duncan for this really nice drawing of William Russell in front of those log cabins. And here you have it. This is the original site of the town of Russellville. Again, it was originally known as Russell's Valley and changed to Russellville after relocating to its present site, which is downtown. And now Sloss Lake is basically a recreational area to serve the residents of Russellville and surrounding areas. You have this pavilion right here. So it's a nice gathering spot. They have family reunions, picnics, etc. And as you can see, the lake is over here. So it's a good place to come fishing as well, of course. And it's located right off of Highway 24, Alabama Highway 24. So it's conveniently located by the highway. It's a beautiful lake, and right across from the lake there's more to the park. There actually is a there's a baseball field, and it's also a school. I'm not sure if it's a middle school or high school, but it's right across the or even an elementary school. But it's a school, I know that, right across the lake. And there you have it. Sloss Lake, which now serves as a recreational area. And with that in mind, good people, this concludes the Russellville, Alabama vlog. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to the vlog. And also, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. Once you hit that notification bell, make sure you select all. That way you get notified each and every time I drop a new vlog. And if that in mind, good people, take care and see you on the next one. Peace.